just got done watching Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and it might be bigger than the original, which doesn't make it better, but I still enjoyed it more than the original. Does that make sense? Buddy, this is my out of the theater reaction to seeing Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which my actual full review is over on YouTube right now, so you can definitely go check that out. I am excited to talk about this movie because I found the first movie to be fun for what it was, but honestly not a great made movie. And I kind of find the same thing here. It goes bigger, it throws a lot more at the kitchen sink, and I think video game fans are going to be absolutely out of their mind for a lot of the different things in here. Trust me, as someone who's like not really invested into the mythology, but like still knows some things, is even getting excited at all of this, especially with some of the animatronics that show up in here. That was awesome. Some I didn't even think were going to be in here. And what they do with the marionette, I thought was actually one of the biggest standout things of this entire movie. I said, bigger doesn't make a film better. And I think the thing that still holds this movie back is the story. They just don't have a story that pads out the runtime, as well as I wish more of the film would have taken place at the pizzeria. They leave the pizzeria for a majority of this movie, and I don't get why. The film feels very much like setup. Some of the characters in here that I know a lot of fans were very excited to see again, or in general see in this for the first time, I just didn't feel got enough to do, and it all feels like setup, especially when we get to the ending of the movie and it ends on something pretty massive where you're like, oh, that's it? And there is one post-credit scene that again excites me to see what they do with a third movie. And if they really do adapt the third game, I think there is potential to make it the best one yet. But there's also that risk of retconning certain things that happen in this movie to bring back other things. I know I'm being vague because I don't want to give spoilers for fans out there. In general, I might be coming off a little bit more ranty than I seem to be, but I did still enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I still enjoyed it even a little bit more than the first one. That's not saying a lot, but in the same category of that all, I think a lot of the bigger things in here, especially the animatronics and set design, are the big standout and the reason to see this movie. But in the end of the day, the reason I stick with this is that if you have kids, the reason to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is that it's a great entry-level horror film for them. If my kid was a little bit older and he wanted to get into horror movies, this would be one of the movies that I would actually show him because it's scary enough where it's gonna spook him, but not give him complete nightmares, but give him that itch for loving horror. And that's the reason to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2.